Okay, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about being nervous when doing recordings. I had a friend ask me, well, they're actually pretty interested overall in just the whole voiceover industry, and I'm here telling them stories how sometimes when I go and do these sessions, it's a pretty intimidating situation because like you'll go in and you'll be surrounded by maybe like a team of like five people. Maybe you'll have like a writer, the producer, the engineer, and then maybe the person who has all the money on the line on this campaign. And then sometimes every now and then, well, there's been an occasion where I'll be in the booth and everybody's there and like, oh, hold on a second, we're patching in someone who's headlining this whole entire campaign. We're gonna patch him in from New York. So like okay, like that at first that seemed like a little bit intimidating. So when I was telling him all of this, telling my friend all of this, they're like, man, like, don't you get nervous? And, I can see how that really seems like someone could. Uh, you could, it's funny and a little nerve wracking at the same time. Oh, and on top of that, just being surrounded by all these people, but sometimes, the actual booth kind of varies as well. So if you can't imagine this, all these factors going on, the people from everywhere, and sometimes the booth will be maybe as big as a kid's room, or sometimes a booth will be as big as a telephone booth. If you remember a telephone booth, like really small and cramped, and if you've got some kind of claustrophobia, then man, I feel you. And and on top of that, it can get really hot, and there's times where like you're here like sweating in the booth. So yes, so those are some things that might be able to make it could be a little nerving. And yeah, maybe something like that could make someone nervous. But in the end, if you're having fun, if you're loving what you're doing, then there's really nothing to get nervous about. And yes, in the beginning, whenever I do this, maybe there is some kind of initial form of some kind of nervousness. But I'm telling you, like maybe like a minute or two in, like you're good to go. The nerves just kind of fly away, and a lot of times you just kind of leave the session like, oh, we're done. Like, can we do some more? And it just kind of you just get over it really quick. So even though maybe talking in front of people who may be a little critical on what you're doing could seem a bit nervous, it really is not. Just have fun in your own way. But if I really had to pinpoint about being nervous about something, it's about not knowing what to expect. And the reason why I say that is, let's just say, okay, most of the time you will do auditions and you would have read the script ahead of time. So you know what you're going into. You've already landed the gig. So you know what you basically just have to reproduce what you auditioned for them, and probably some tweaks or enhancements here and there. But a lot of times I'll go out and do gigs where I've never seen a script, I've never auditioned, and it's just like, hey, we sent out your demo and they like your voice. They want you to do this thing for them. I'm like, oh, okay. Can you send me a script ahead of time? And they're like, yeah, we'll try. 90% of the time, I've never got a script. I never see a script, and I don't see the script until I actually walk into the studio. And they're like, hey, how you doing? Here's a script. That makes me, I don't know if it's nervous, but that is something that I don't look forward to. That's something that's in the back of my mind whenever I go to these things. I'm like, oh man, okay, all right. So I got to see the script. I've got to kind of gloss over it at for a time, and then I've got to deliver, on the spot. Now, yeah, they'll be lenient on you. I'm sure they probably know that you're not going to get it the first time around. But yeah, just that in general, because a lot of times we like to paint the world around us as from what we're reading, and put ourselves in that situation and then deliver. But if we're kind of doing all of that within the same time, and then we've got to go through that process and deliver to them, to me, that's kind of what makes me nervous, or a little like, oh gosh, this is not my favorite part of all of this. But that's where it all comes into preparation. I guess the more you've invested in yourself as far as knowing how to read, knowing how to attack a certain piece of copy, preparing yourself, just just kind of making sure your overall game is just kind of up to snuff. Those you'll still have that initial apprehension of everything all, but once you've invested yourself into working into this, then that'll go by pretty quick because you'll get the first read. You kind of said, oh, okay, I understand what they're getting here, and then you'll just blow right through it. But yeah, it's a lot to take in. Just people all around you, just kind of seeing you in that kind of fishbowl scenario. At first it can be a little nerve wracking, maybe a little intimidating, but have fun with it, and in the end you'll be okay. Just keep doing it, keep practicing it, and most of the time it's just you getting in the way of yourself. So it is. All right, guys. Well, if you've got any questions about the whole any part of the voiceover game, let me know. I'll for free. I got plenty of stories that I'm going to share with you. But if there's anything in particular you'd like me to share that you may have a question about, or you ever wondered about, feel free to let me know, and I'll be more than happy to let you know. Until then, I'll see you in the next vlog, guys. Later.